Today I want to answer a heartfelt question from the comments. How can we become mentally strong? We really need it. And it's true, who among us hasn't needed mental strength at some point in life? But not the kind of strength that forces you to smile when you're breaking inside. I mean the kind that helps you stay calm when life gets messy, bounce back quickly when things fall apart, and protect your inner peace without feeling guilty for it. In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 powerful Buddhist teachings that anyone can practice. And when you do, you may begin to feel a quiet transformation within. Here they are: emotional steadiness through life's highs and lows, resilience to rise again after hardship, self-love as your emotional and spiritual protection. These aren't just ideas. They're tools that have helped many people find peace, clarity, and strength again, and I believe they'll help you too. Welcome back to Mindful Healing. Let's begin. Chapter 1, Practice Self-Love. Let's be honest, the world isn't always kind. People project their pain onto others, negativity spreads faster than truth, and sometimes without realizing it, you carry other people's shadows in your heart, even when they were never yours to begin with. That's why the 3rd key to mental strength is this: learn to love yourself enough not to absorb what doesn't belong to you. This kind of self-love isn't about being selfish. It's about being wise. Self-love is protection, not indulgence. Imagine this: you wake up in the morning and say to yourself, "Today I will protect my peace. I will love myself gently. I will not carry what isn't mine." Now imagine repeating that daily, not just when life feels good, but especially when you're tired, angry, or disappointed, because that's when you need self-love the most. The Buddha taught compassion for all beings, and guess what? That includes you. A simple morning practice. Before you even leave your bed, try this. Close your eyes, place your hand over your heart. Say to yourself, no matter what happens today, I will not abandon myself. I choose peace over resentment, presence over reaction. Breathe, just breathe. This simple ritual might take only a minute, but over time it builds an inner boundary that no one else can cross without your permission. So many people think showing emotion is weakness, but being angry, reactive, or cold isn't a sign of strength. It's often a sign of deep exhaustion, pain, or fear. Real strength is quiet. Real strength says, I won't fight you, but I also won't lose myself for you. You don't owe the world a version of you that's constantly drained. You owe yourself the love you keep giving away. Self-love doesn't mean you isolate. It means you honor yourself first so you can meet others with clarity instead of confusion, with peace instead of pain. Strong minds aren't always loud. They're simply rooted in love. And love, when it starts from within, becomes unshakable. Chapter 2. Build resilience. Stand up. One thing most of us know too well. Life doesn't always go as planned. One moment you're doing okay, and the next something hits you out of nowhere. A loss, a betrayal, a failure. And suddenly you're on the ground wondering how to get back up. Now here's the thing. Being mentally strong doesn't mean you'll never fall. It means you know how to rise, and you do it with peace in your heart. The Buddha taught something very powerful. What others say or do is not in your control, but your reaction that is entirely yours. Let's think about that for a moment. You can't stop people from criticizing you. You can't stop unexpected changes or misfortunes. But you can choose how you respond. That's where resilience comes in. Resilience isn't about pushing everything down and pretending to be fine. It's about being able to say, yes, I'm hurt, yes, I'm tired, but I will rise again with clarity, not chaos. A simple practice for resilience. Here's a small but powerful habit you can start today. Write down 2 lists, one for what you can control, your attitude, your choices, your responses, and one for what you cannot control, other people's opinions, the past, unexpected problems. Whenever life gets overwhelming, go back to those lists. Then ask yourself, am I fighting something I cannot change? What small step can I take today within my power? This may sound simple, but it's deeply transformational. Many people think being strong means being tough, showing no weakness, or never crying. But in Buddhism, true strength is gentler. It's the kind of strength that lets you bend without breaking like bamboo in the wind. So if you're feeling broken, don't shame yourself. Don't rush your healing. Just remember you're allowed to fall, but you're also capable of rising with wisdom, with softness, and with strength. Chapter 3, Stay Emotionally. The truth is life is unpredictable, and that's exactly what the Buddha taught. He called them the 8 worldly conditions: praise and blame, gain and loss, fame and disgrace, pleasure and pain. We all go through these. One day people adore you, the next day they criticize you, one moment you're winning, and the next something slips away. And yet the wise are like rocks unshaken by praise or blame. Dhammapada, verse 81. Think of a giant boulder in the middle of a storm. The wind howls, the rain slams, but the rock stays still. The Buddha said, be like that. Practice, watch, don't chase. Here's what most of us do. We chase good feelings and we run from bad ones. We get attached to compliments and crushed by criticism. But the more we chase and react, the more we lose our balance. So what's the practice? Watch your emotions. Don't follow them. When someone praises you, say silently, "This too shall pass." And when someone blames you, "This too shall pass." Stability doesn't mean you don't feel. It means you don't cling. I once heard someone say, "I stopped letting strangers rent space in my head for free." That stuck with me. Why do we carry the weight of what others think for so long, while neglecting what we think of ourselves? When you start anchoring your self-worth not in outside praise, but in quiet awareness, you'll begin to feel the weight lift. You won't always get kind words. You won't always get the outcome you want. But you can always choose this one thing: how you show up. With calm, with presence, with trust. Emotional stability is not about being numb. It's about standing in the middle of your storm and saying, "I won't let this throw me off center." That is strength. That is freedom. So let's take a breath and remember what we've explored today. Self-love is your first line of defense. It protects your peace and reminds you that you don't have to carry every weight thrown your way. Resilience is your power to rise again, not because you never fall, but because you know how to get back up with clarity and calm. Emotional balance is your anchor. It keeps you steady when the world pushes and pulls you through praise, blame, success, or loss. And here's the beautiful part. None of these require you to become someone else. You don't need to be tougher, louder, or more perfect. You just need to become more gentle with yourself. In Buddhism, true strength isn't about force. It's about understanding compassion and letting go. It's about knowing when to pause, when to breathe, when to say, "This is not mine to carry." I choose peace today. You're not weak for feeling deeply. You're not failing because you're tired. You're human. And the path to strength starts not with pushing, but with listening inward. So as you step into the rest of your day, ask yourself, what would it look like if I stopped fighting my emotions and started walking alongside them with kindness? Because a strong mind doesn't come from shutting down. It comes from opening up with wisdom, with grace, and with the quiet courage to love yourself again and again.